Hey student, topic for today is algorithmic design strategies. Now what is algorithmic design strategies? Designing the right algorithm for a given application is difficult job because it requires creative act, then how you are taking a problem and then how you find a specific solution to solve the problem. So this is much more difficult than taking someone else's idea and then you are just modifying or tweaking that to make a little bit better, and this is how output is generated. But the key to algorithm design, or rather any other problem solving task, is to proceed by asking yourself a series of questions to guide your thought process. And the sample questions are: what if we do this? What if we do that? Can I do it in this way, or I need to use some other way? No, but no, because this is the reason. By clearly articulating your reasoning as to why something doesn't work, you can check if it really holds up or whether you have just glossed over a possibility that you didn't want to think hard enough about. So you will be surprised how often the reason you can't find a convincing explanation for something is that your conclusion was wrong. So when somebody is facing a design problem, too many people just freeze up their thinking. After reading or hearing the problem, they sit down and then they realize, because they are not knowing what to do next, they stare into space, then they become panic and finally end up with settling for the first thing that comes in their mind. But avoid this fate. We should not follow this practice. Ask previous set of questions to yourself and then try to find appropriate answers to those questions. Obviously, the more experience we are getting with algorithmic design techniques such as dynamic programming, greedy programming, branch and bound approach, recursion, iteration, graph algorithms, interactability, and then various data structure, then more successful you will be at working through the list of questions. So now let us try to find out, is there any relationship between algorithm and strategy? Before moving on, it is important to answer this question. Is algorithm is same as that of strategy? Let us have a look on their definitions once again. Algorithm is a sequence of computational steps that transform the input to output. It is a tool for solving a well-specified computational problem. And what is strategy? Strategy is an approach or a series of approaches devised to solve a computational problem. Since both are intended to solve computational problem, how they are related? The answer to this question is, an algorithm itself is a strategy that always guarantees the correct answer. How they are different? A strategy might yield incorrect answer, but a correct algorithm will always produce correct result. Strategies are invented, algorithms are more or less tested and trusted standards. Strategies are flexible, but algorithms are rigid. That is, algorithms follow only one set of procedures. And there are many different algorithmic strategies. In our syllabus, we are going to discuss divide and conquer algorithmic strategy and greedy algorithmic strategy. Now let us see what is this divide and conquer algorithmic strategy. In this divide and conquer strategy, the given problem is first of all divided into smaller sub problems. Then we have conquer phase, wherein these sub problems they are solved independently by calling them recursively. So all the sub problems conquer strategy, nature of sub problem will remain same as that of main problem. Consider sorting example here. If you are given with list of 100 numbers for sorting, so what we will do, if we consider merge sort, then that list will be subdivided into two sublists. So 50 numbers in one sublist, 50 numbers in other sublist. Then again those 50 numbers will be subdivided into two sublists. So 25, 25, 25, 25. Is this a divide and conquer strategy? Yes. Why? Because here nature of sub problem is also same as that of the main problem. So please remember that when we divide main problem into sub problems, behavior of sub problem will exactly reflect the same as that of your main problem. So in divide and conquer strategy, first step is divide the instances of problems into two or more smaller instances, solve smaller instances recursively, and then finally obtain solution to the original instance by combining this solution. So same thing I have shown in a graphical format over here. So here we have a problem of size n that is now subdivided into two problems. So here we have subproblem 1 and here we have subproblem 2. So what we are doing independently, we are trying to get the solution for subproblem 1 and then for subproblem 2. So these two problems, they will be solved independently, and finally we combine solution of subproblem 1 and solution of subproblem 2 to get the final solution. So this is how divide and conquer strategy works. Now this is very simple algorithm for divide and conquer strategy. Now what it means, if this P is a problem to be solved by using divide and conquer approach. So if problem is already small enough, you don't need to subdivide it further. So if problem is small, then solve it directly. Else, divide that problem P into sub-problems P1, P2, likewise up to Pn. Second step is to apply divide and conquer on problem 1 independently, problem 2 independently, up to problem n. So all the problems, they will be solved independently. And in third phase, we are combining the results of all the subproblems to get the final solution. So this is how divide and conquer strategy works. There are many examples, many standard algorithms in the data structure which uses this divide and conquer strategy. Merge sort is one of them. We can see on the screen that if five numbers are given as an input, 7, 2, 1, 6, 4, as numbers are odd, as the total number size is odd, we subdivide this list into two sublists. So 3 in one and 2 in other list. So again here we have 7 to 1. So we further subdivide this list. So we'll get 7 2 in one list and 1 in other. Now 1 is the only element, so will not be divided further. But 7 2 can be again divided into 7 and 2. So now what we are doing here, we are sorting this 7 and 2 independently. So we got 2 7 here. And now if we combine this particular sub-problem solution with the previous one, and then we will get 1 to 7 as a sorted sublist. And same thing we are applying on the right hand side over here. So 6 in first sublist, 4 in other sublist, so they will be sorted together, and 1 to 7, and then second sublist 4 6 will be sorted, and so that finally we will get an ordered list 1 2 4 6 7. So merge sort is very popular example of divide and conquer strategy. In the similar way, we can have binary search as an example of divide and conquer. In binary search also what happens, we are given with a list of sorted numbers, and from that we need to find a specific element. So what we do there, the given list is divided into two parts. Given list is divided into two parts, one which goes from 0 to mid and second goes from mid plus 1 till end, and then we are checking the element to be searched with the number which is present at the mid position. So if the number is smaller, we go in the left sublist. If number, go in the right sublist. So likewise the process of binary search is repeated until a specific number is found in the given list. So this is how we can say that binary search and this merge sort are examples of divide and conquer strategy.